exactly.
But it's like, but we find that the masses are not ready for the truth. Like 99.999% of people on this planet are not ready for the truth because it sounds too strange. No one ever teaches anyone anything. You learn on
You were
your own.
posting about that today. You were posting about that.
You
Also,
learn
that is the book that you took a picture of.
Yeah, you're learning everything on your own. Teachers, the issue with education is teachers are like downloading stuff into people. What happens is that's what you do. What you should do is you're teaching. The word education comes from the word Latin educar.
I remember.
Yeah, to lead, to direct, to like, give you some clarity. But what we do is the crap that we learn. I'm gonna make sure you learn this stuff too.
Yeah.
It's all stuff that people are going to come in contact with.
Right.
They're going to come in contact with it, but the thing is this. You want to raise topics or points that people are going to like disagree with. They're disagreeing with it for a reason, One, they don't understand it, they're not familiar with it, they've never heard of it before.
Yeah.
And also, too, it's challenging their place of comfort. Because even the Bible says, study to show thyself approved unto God.
But nobody does that.
People read the Bible and think they're studying. You're not studying it by reading it. You're just reading it. I have questions like, okay, a lot of people who are like super saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, and who have like these strong views, right?
Yeah.
When you ask specific questions, they don't have any other
answers
other than just believe.
How did you cope with finding out that a lot of the things that you thought were true were actually a lie?
Well, at first it's like, oh no, that's not true.
Right.
Like, nah,
Right.
no. But I guess I was open enough to allow, like, because when you're open, the truth will affect you. Like the light, because if you're in a dark, like one thing you can't do, you can't fight the dark. You can't try to pull the darkness out of a room. What you do is you turn the light on. Because what we often try to do is we try to trying to correct people, trying to fix the darkness and trying to pull the darkness out of them. No. What you do is just turn the light on, and the darkness immediately flees. Like when you turn the switch on, the room doesn't gradually get lighter.
Yeah.
It happens.
The light just comes on.
Immediately. So, but at first it was like, oh man, I was like, I don't know if I can believe that. And because I was open, I allowed the light to come in, and slowly but surely, it was like, oh, it's cool. And before you know it, a lot of the old, and then I started questioning the people, the sources from which I was getting my information prior to, and they didn't have answers. So people in your life that are bringing you what you call garbage, like drama, all these things,
they're there for the very stuff that you're supposed to overcome.
So they are there for a reason. So what happens now? Our limited ability to look at things from a spiritual perspective makes me hate you, or hate that person, dislike this person, don't want to talk to this person. But what happens is this: all the stuff that's coming at me, the negative stuff, if I look at it from a spiritual standpoint, I'm like, oh, I needed that to overcome my reactive nature. My selfishness, all these different things. And you have to get those because those are the challenges that you need to help you overcome and make corrections within yourself. But what we do is we're looking at things through these eyes, these earthly eyes, and, oh man, I can't stand her. You're on the job and this person who's like, oh man, she's trying to get me fired up. All these things are coming at you, but our inability to see them for what they are or see the bigger picture causes us to react. Now, but we've been conditioned to look at all these things in the wrong way.
Right.
And that's why you find is, we don't grow. You can spend like 50 years in church. Your finances are still jacked up. Your health is still jacked up. Your relationships all screwed up.
Right.
Real eyes, real lies.
Real eyes, real lies.
Real eyes. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
Real eyes, they realize the real lies. It's just a perspective. Once it switches, it's like you start. Everything seems lighter. You start seeing things different. But also too, there comes a switch, a shift in environment because a lot of people are around. We're still downloading. Well, okay, you're trying to download some positive stuff, some good stuff, but we're still downloading some garbage at the same time.
Right,
so it's
right.
like your computer's like, error. I mean, it's like so much is going on in there.
Yeah.
There comes a time when you have to like clean out all the junk. You have to defragment. I mean, I'm using computer language now.
Yeah.
Defrag, delete some old files. I mean, it's my antivirus and all these things because we're downloading a lot of stuff from this environment, the media, television, all this stuff, and your mind and your subconscious mind, they're constantly being bombarded with oppositional like ideas and thoughts.
Right.
Like, okay, which way do I go? Like last night at this, this dude, he's talking about past life, but he's talking about like right here, right now, the stuff that you're facing. It's not the people in front of you. You need that. You need, if you have an anger issue, if you actually like to snap, you need that. You need those forces coming at you to help you overcome. Now the thing about it, but you also need that the correct teaching to tell you that that's what's happening.
Right.
As opposed to like telling people like, well, what other people are doing, saying this, doing that. No. You need that to get stronger. So, and that's the thing with religion. Religion will make it. It could be 1,000 years from now. Religion, you can start a religion right now and condition people to believe it. It'll be 1,000 years from now, and they'll still believe it. And whether it has any basis or not.
I feel there was a moment where I just felt foolish. Like, did I really believe these things? Did I know they weren't true? I just didn't vocalize them. At this point, I don't claim to know anything.
And that's the best place to be. I stopped giving a shit about it.
I'm on the verge of that. I still feel I already know people are going to misinterpret what I say. And I know that I'm making some people scared and making some people nervous because, I came from the same place you came from. I was sitting right next to you at that pew. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying, there must be something to it because we came from the same place. So how did I evolve into this person and you're still...
I think you want more. When you want more, it's like your vessel has to expand.
Yeah.
Because it can't stay the same size in order for you to get more because it'll just spill over.
Right.
And people who don't want more, they're not going to get more. And so if they don't need a bigger vessel. They're not going to expand.
Right.
So because you want more, you find is if that vessel, if you're in a rigid vessel that can't be like molded to can't become bigger, you have to get out of that and get into another vessel. And so I think that's what happens. You want more and you evolve. And
it's to the point where I don't even get upset when I talk to people about things because it's like I feel a little bad. Like I feel like wake up.
Yeah.
Just do a little bit of research. Just a little bit of research.
And that's the place. That's the challenging place for me when I'm having like if I post something. And it's something like, okay, I've studied, there's research on, and the person who counters it, who actually has an issue with it,
is someone who's still...
Yes, you're so friggin' ill-informed, you know nothing about anything.
If the only source you are citing is the Bible, my friend, we can't talk. Like, we cannot talk.
No, and that would even be cool if you knew the
Bible. If you even knew the Bible. But you don't even know the Bible. So it's like we can't even have that discussion.
Yeah, I'd be okay if you even freaking studied that. But if you just, because what you do is if you just regurgitating stuff you've been told and you can't even, and what happens is the conversations, it can't go beyond that.
I guess I'm at the point where I know that once the switch is turned, there's no going back. And I'm nervous about it.
Yeah.
I am nervous about it because I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means exactly.
Yeah, I had to message my friend 2 weeks ago because she had been there. And people say she was crazy and all kinds of stuff. And, if you're coming from that normal place, whatever that is, of course she is crazy. But the thing that's the problem. You're in that normal place, which is the problem.
Yeah, that is the problem in the first place.
Yeah. So now I find a lot of people. It's very very challenging for them to come. Mind you, what you already believe is not working for you, but you're still holding on.
I was just thinking that. The thing is, when you already have a belief system in place, you cannot adopt another one while that one is still in existence. You know, what you're going to find is once you try to put both of them together, you're just going to go crazy.
Yeah, you will, yeah.
And it's really hard, even if you know that the new belief system is correct, it's really hard to abandon the one that you've been relying on for years and
That's
years.
Been some decades of
everyone around you believes that belief system, and you all of a sudden.
And you know there's a fear of how they look at you. Because one of the things is so oftentimes we're looking out here and focusing on anything else, but we focus on just you and your creator, and that enlightens you, and everything around you tends to fall in place.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a challenge, man. But it takes work.
It does take work.
But it just depends on how bad you want it. Most people don't want it bad enough. You have to really, 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 really.
Because, especially if you have no mentor or you have no center to attend and you just have this urge within you to know more, it really does take a lot of work because you have to put yourself out there. There was a point where I just wanted people to talk to on a day-to-day basis about things like this, and I just noticed that I could talk to no one in my life about this stuff except for my husband. But I need to talk about my frustrations about not being able to, post things that I believe are true, or things that are inspiring or whatever. And who do you talk to about that besides the person that's telling you not to post those things that challenges their religion?
Yeah, I know.
So I find that moments like these, they kind of catapult me to the next moment that I have. That I get to sit down with someone and pick their brain, and then that moment catapults me to the next moment. And probably a few months ago, I told myself I wanted to meet new people and I wanted to learn new things. And out of nowhere, people just start falling out of the sky. So
it just happens,
It just happens, and it's been an amazing experience, and it's just continuing on.
Wow. I know. Keep on moving, Wow.
Totally.